This meditation for today is an adaptation of the Iroquois oral tradition. And this particular one was put together by Joe Hobday and then has been altered by myself a bit. So we begin by taking deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out as we find ourselves relaxing, body, mind, and spirit. We feel ourselves grounded, connected, almost planted in the earth, strong and steady. And similar to a plant, we find ourselves reaching up, touching heaven and spirit and light. Fully connected to these two realms, we feel ourselves covered in a mist or a cloak or a bubble of divine white light. This light surrounds us on all sides, all around, keeping us safe and healthy and whole. Now grounded, connected, and protected, we take our journey to our own special sacred place. This can be any outdoor space of our choosing, one that we entirely create out of our imaginations, one that we have seen only in pictures or images, or perhaps it is a place we have actually visited once or many times, but we try to really see it in detail now. We look around our sacred space, which should feel outdoors and safe and very comfortable and healing to us. We take a moment to not only see our sacred space, but to listen for any sounds that come to us. And we use our other senses too. What do we feel, or smell, or taste? Here in this special sacred space. Once we feel settled comfortably in our sacred space, with a clear feeling for where we are, we face the east, and looking in that direction, we see the beginnings of a beautiful sunrise. We see the horizon stretched out. We see the beginnings of the light of a new day. Perhaps your sunrise has a lot of pinks or purples. We see this light coming into the world as the night is pushed back. We continue focusing on this sunrise. We see now those pinkish colors becoming more peach, more yellowish orange. We see the light as it spreads further and further. The gentle beginning of dawn's light spreading out over all of our sacred space, shedding light, illuminating whatever it touches. And as we watch, the light continues to grow, to brighten, to illuminate. Continuing to face the east, we honor this direction. We look to the east, bringing forth a new day. We know that it can help us to understand birth and new beginnings. This direction helps remind us that life is all about birth. This can mean babies, puppies, but it can also mean new seasons, new times in our lives, new ways of doing things. As we look at this sunrise and face the east, we humbly ask to learn the mysteries of beginnings. Giving thanks to the east, we turn ourselves a bit in this, our sacred space, until we are facing the south. Now time speeds up a bit and we are able to see a full sun shining on our sacred space. We see this full sun shining down. We take a moment to notice how bright it is, how it makes the sky around it blue and the clouds fluffy, how it makes everything seem clear and calm and wonderful. As we focus on this direction of the south, we feel the warmth, the heat, the beauty of the sun. We take a moment to really feel it shining down on us. As the sun continues to shine on us, bringing abundance and warmth, we feel it entering our bodies and minds, spreading its light even there, bringing its warmth and abundance and peace. Still facing the south and the sun, we look for the understanding of the great abundance, fertility, warmth, the extravagance of colors, that is present in all creation. We invite the energies of the South to lead us on an enlightened adventure. Now, giving thanks to the South, we faced west. And as we recently saw a sunrise, now in the west, we see the sun begin to set. We see the day's bright light fading. We see as the cool, calm darkness begins to come over everything, and how beautiful the light is as it fades away. First, we see the setting of those bright orangey colors, and then slowly it fades. It fades into pinks and blues and purples. It fades until finally the sun has sunk under the horizon. And we have that cool, calm dark of night. Still facing the west, we give thanks to the spirit of the west and the sunset. As the sun goes down each day, we can be reminded of the many endings. It may be endings of friendships, the ending of generations, of seasons, of old ways of doing things. We allow ourselves to come to peace with endings. We come to peace with these endings, knowing that new life, new color, new light will come again. Giving thanks to the west, we turn ourselves until we are facing north. And here facing the north, we picture a very cold landscape. We may picture a blizzard or a snowstorm, perhaps an icy lake. Maybe we just see a cabin nestled in the snow, or an igloo or something else. But we call strongly on the image of something that seems cold and rather harsh. And we take a moment to align with these powerful forces of the north. Oh, strong, powerful north, we face you remembering that life sometimes comes to us in cold and in harshness. Not only may the weather grow cold, but others may turn cold towards us. Let us also remember that though we may stand in blizzards facing the north, we can be strong. We can stand even in cold, even in storm, even in difficulty, without being blown down, without being overwhelmed, without being drawn into harshness. We give thanks to the North for this lesson. Now we find ourselves turning, completing our circle here in our sacred space, so that once more we face the east. And here we look up, directly up at the sky above us. And we take a moment to see the sky overhead. Is it clear and cloudless? Perhaps there are big fluffy clouds floating overhead. But we take a moment to see the sky, and we feel very light, very free, almost as though we are rising up and soaring effortlessly through the clouds. We honor the great spirit of all that is up, all that soars, all that floats or flies above us. We may see some things floating or flying with us, beside us now. And here, honoring the spirit of up, we also become aware of all that comes to us from this direction to enlighten us. We cherish this direction. We cherish the visions that come to us, the dreams, the imaginings. And we ask this sweet power of up to lift us up high to Father Sky. With thanks to the direction of up, we now find ourselves focusing on the direction of down, of our mother, the earth, where we walk, where we stand, where we live all our days, where we sleep. We feel ourselves reaching down, down to the ground. We may get messages from the earth. They may be messages of safety or security, making us aware of how deeply and solidly we are supported here on our earth, how we are nourished, how perfectly we are provided for. We may also at this time receive some messages on how we can be aided by taking more Earth's energies into ourselves, more Earth's qualities. And we may also receive some insight about how we in turn can aid our Mother Earth. What sort of activities we might take, how we might change some habits. Thanking the Mother, the Earth direction, the down direction. We ask also to be humble, to learn how to be simple, to never consider ourselves above all our relatives in creation. We ask that we may walk with respect upon the earth, and we know that one day it will be our time to go back to her. Giving thanks to this direction of down, of earth. Finally, we seek out the direction of in. We put our hands over our hearts to remind us of the mysteries, the wonder, the unknowns that lie within each and every one of us. Our own gifts, our own talents, our own feelings and strengths. Take a moment to connect with this beautiful inner heart power that we all have. Let us work closely with our heart and keep God close in our hearts always. Giving thanks to this final direction of in, we find ourselves slowly traveling back, taking deep breaths as we come back to our own bodies, our own minds, our own homes. Giving thanks to Spirit for all it has revealed, we find ourselves traveling back until we feel safe back in our bodies. Welcome back, and thank you.